Last time you were in art, you looked at paintings by Alma Woodsey Thomas, and you created a background for your painting using the wet on wet watercolor technique. Today, you are going to take a piece of paper and you're going to create an interesting shape by tearing it. You don't have to have an idea in your mind of what your shape is going to look like. You can just kind of tear it and see what happens. This is one of those fun parts of art where the thing that you create can be kind of unexpected. Once you have your shape torn out of your paper, you are going to trace that shape onto your artwork. In the painting Starry Night and the Astronauts, there is just one interesting shape kind of up in the corner. So you can decide if you just want to trace your shape one time, or you can choose to trace it more than one time. I would suggest tracing your shape by holding down that paper and very carefully drawing around it. The slower you trace, the more interesting your shape is going to be. If you can trace all of those interesting little bumpy lines, that's going to add more detail to your artwork. When you get to the point where your hand is covering up the part of your shape you want to trace, go ahead and very carefully turn your paper. If your shape moves, you can always line it back up with the pencil lines that you already drew. And you can keep tracing around the outline of your shape. This is a good chance for you to take your time and pay close attention to the details that you see on your piece of paper. You get to decide if you just trace it once, if you want to trace it more than once, and also you can decide if your shapes are going to overlap. I wouldn't trace your shape more than 4 times. If you trace it more than 4 times, it's going to make it kind of tricky to paint in the different spaces.